My beloved child. You have no idea what has been happening right under our noses. The world you thought was safe is not what it seems. Every smile, every friendly gesture, every innocent word you have trusted has been carefully calculated. And today, I am going to reveal a plan so shocking, so twisted, that you will question everything you thought you knew. She has been hiding in plain sight. And her intentions are darker than you could ever imagine. Have you ever felt that nagging feeling that something is terribly wrong? That subtle unease that whispers to you in the middle of the night? That feeling is real. It is not paranoia. It is a warning. She has been working meticulously, weaving a web of deceit, manipulating people, and planting seeds of chaos in ways that are invisible but devastating. And the truth, my child, is far more sinister than the rumors. Far more dangerous than you have been led to believe. Listen closely, because every detail matters. Every move she makes is part of a bigger plan. This is not just about betrayal. This is about control, about power, about shaping lives without anyone noticing. Her manipulations are subtle, yet crushing. She knows how to exploit weaknesses, how to turn trust into weapons, and how to make every victim believe they acted willingly. And yet, behind her charming exterior lies a mind capable of orchestrating destruction on a scale that is almost unimaginable. But what is even more shocking, my child, is how close she is to succeeding. The pieces are falling into place. The people around her, unaware of the danger, are walking right into her trap. The very institutions we rely on, the very relationships we hold dear, are being quietly undermined. And the worst part? She is counting on us to stay blind. Every day she moves closer to executing the final phase of her plan. And when that moment comes, everything we thought we knew will shatter. Yet, hope is not lost. There are cracks in her armor, small mistakes, overlooked signs, and moments of vulnerability that could be exposed. But we must act carefully, we must see beyond the surface, and we must understand the depth of her deception. This is the story of a hidden agenda, a battle fought in shadows, and a revelation that will leave you breathless. And it begins with understanding the first, seemingly harmless, but truly devastating step she took. My dearest one. Imagine a world where trust is a weapon. Where every friendly face hides a shadow. That is the world she has been creating, piece by piece, right in front of our eyes. You might think you know the people around you. You might think danger is obvious. But the truth is far more cunning. She has mastered the art of invisibility. Her moves are calculated, silent, and deadly in their subtlety. And today, I will show you how she has been shaping events that seem ordinary, but are anything but. Have you ever wondered why certain things never make sense? Why some opportunities vanish without explanation? Why some relationships crumble without reason? Those are not coincidences. Those are carefully orchestrated outcomes of her manipulations. She studies every reaction, every hesitation, and every whisper of doubt. She knows exactly how to push people into decisions they regret. And the terrifying part is, by the time anyone realizes, it is already too late. She has already advanced 3 steps ahead, and the board is hers to control. Listen closely now. Her influence stretches further than you might imagine. Every social circle she touches, every interaction she infiltrates, becomes a part of her greater scheme. She thrives on secrecy, on invisibility. Her strategy is patience, her weapon is subtlety, and her reward is chaos. The devastation she intends is not immediate, it is slow, silent, and ultimately irreversible. And the moment she believes she has won, she will strike the most unexpected target, the one we all thought was safe. But there is a pattern. A sequence of events, small and seemingly disconnected, that when pieced together reveals her plan in all its chilling detail. That pattern, once revealed, shows not only her ambition but her complete disregard for anyone standing in her way. Every step she has taken is a calculated risk, designed to strengthen her position while leaving others unaware of the danger. And every person she has touched carries a fragment of her plan, unknowingly contributing to her ultimate goal. And now, my beloved, the most shocking part of all. She has not acted alone. There are those who enable her, those who believe they are helping, those who are blinded by trust or fear. Their complicity makes her unstoppable. But cracks exist. Flaws in her plan, moments of overconfidence, and whispers of truth that threaten to unravel everything. And it is here, in the shadow of her growing power, that the possibility of exposing her becomes real. The moment of revelation is closer than anyone could imagine, and it will change everything. My cherished one. What if I told you that everything you thought was safe, sacred, and unshakable is about to be challenged? That the very foundations of trust, friendship, and loyalty around you are being manipulated with precision? She does not make mistakes. Every smile, every gesture, every word is carefully engineered to lead someone exactly where she wants them. And what makes her terrifying is not just her intelligence, but her ability to make you believe you chose the path yourself. Think about the people closest to you. The ones who claim to act in your best interest. Some of them are not innocent. Some of them are part of the machinery she has built. Their loyalty is manufactured, their actions dictated, and their conscience silenced. And the brilliance of her plan is that the average person never notices. Every deception is hidden beneath layers of normalcy, so subtle that the mind refuses to acknowledge it. But the signs are there, and they are impossible to ignore if you know what to look for. Now, here is the part that shocks even the most careful observer. She has been laying groundwork for years. Every event, every opportunity, every conflict you witnessed, seemingly random, is part of a single, coherent strategy. She is not chaotic. She is methodical. She is patient. And while you may see only fragments of her work, when combined, the picture is terrifying. Her ultimate goal is not just personal gain. It is control on a scale so vast, so meticulous, that it leaves a trail of ruined lives in its wake. But listen. There is a vulnerability she does not know how to protect. A small oversight that could unravel the entire structure she has spent years building. It is buried deep within her network of influence, overlooked by her arrogance and confidence. And this flaw, once revealed, is the key to exposing her. The revelation is not just dramatic. It is life-altering. And when it comes to light, everyone who believed they understood reality will see it for what it truly is. nothing will ever be the same again. Finally, my beloved child, understand this. The story does not end with despair. It ends with awareness. Every deception uncovered, every lie exposed, every hidden motive revealed brings us closer to stopping her. And the closer we get, the more dangerous she becomes. She senses that someone is onto her, and her moves will grow bolder, faster, more unpredictable. The next moments are crucial. Every observation, every choice, every hesitation can change the outcome. And now, the stage is set for the confrontation that could shatter her empire once and for all. My precious one. Have you ever sensed a hidden danger and realized it was closer than you imagined? That is exactly where we stand now. She is no longer behind the scenes. Her influence has reached a point where every decision, every conversation, every connection is under her silent control. And the terrifying part is that she thrives on secrecy. The more you try to uncover, the deeper her shadows grow. But there is one undeniable truth: every empire of deceit leaves a trace, and we are about to follow it. Consider this. Every seemingly innocent interaction you've witnessed in the last months, the casual advice, the friendly favors, the helpful gestures, was carefully orchestrated. She is a master strategist, turning empathy into manipulation and trust into chains. The people around her, unknowingly complicit, are stepping into traps so subtle they do not even realize they are ensnared. And her ultimate goal is not destruction for its own sake, it is domination, a world where she controls narratives, outcomes, and perceptions without anyone daring to question her. Now, my child, let me reveal the part no one suspects. She has a confidant, someone whose loyalty seems unbreakable. But this loyalty is transactional, fragile, and her only true mistake. The confidant has doubts, moments of hesitation that she cannot foresee. These small cracks, invisible to most, are our window of opportunity. Every secret she has meticulously protected is vulnerable if we act at the right moment. And once that opportunity is seized, the unraveling will be swift, unavoidable, and utterly shocking. But here is the most heart-wrenching reality. She preys not just on ambition, but on hope, dreams, and relationships. Every person touched by her plan has unknowingly become a pawn, a stepping stone, or a victim. And the emotional toll is immense. People feel betrayal, confusion, and fear without knowing why. The devastation is not just practical, it is personal, intimate, and deeply affecting. And this is what makes the exposure of her plan so crucial. The truth is not just revelation. It is liberation for everyone she has manipulated. Finally, my beloved child, the moment of reckoning approaches. The evidence, the inconsistencies, the subtle signs, they are aligning in a way she cannot control. And when they converge, the impact will be unlike anything anyone has ever witnessed. The shock, the disbelief, the emotional unraveling, it will be total. And yet, in the midst of chaos, clarity emerges. We will finally see the true extent of her plan, the depth of her manipulations, and the strength of her vulnerabilities. And when that day comes, nothing will ever be the same. My beloved child. Every empire built on deceit eventually faces the moment it can no longer hide. That moment is approaching. She has spent years weaving an invisible web, manipulating outcomes, controlling perceptions, and silencing anyone who came close to the truth. But webs, no matter how intricate, have weak points. And those weak points, once discovered, can unravel everything in a blink. What seems unstoppable is never truly invincible. Imagine a world where every choice you make is already predicted by someone else. That is the reality she has been crafting. People believe they are acting freely, following their hearts, making independent decisions. But each move has been anticipated, each hesitation analyzed, each reaction calculated. And the most shocking part is how normal it all looks. There is no overt threat, no screaming alarm, only the invisible grip of a plan so precise it blinds you from noticing it until the consequences are unavoidable. But here is the secret she cannot see. Every carefully guarded strategy contains human error. Every confident step carries arrogance. And arrogance is a vulnerability. In the past weeks, subtle hints, tiny inconsistencies, and unnoticed patterns have begun to expose cracks in her facade. The network she built to be flawless is now showing signs of stress. And the moment someone pieces these fragments together, the illusion of control will shatter completely. And now, the most shocking revelation yet. She has been relying on silence, on ignorance, on the assumption that no one is watching closely enough to notice the patterns. But there are those who have been observing, connecting dots others dismissed as coincidences, uncovering truths she assumed hidden. And these observers, quietly gathering evidence, are moving faster than she can react. The stage is set for an unmasking that will be explosive, undeniable, and unforgettable. Finally, my child, understand this: the climax of her plan is not just a story of exposure, it is a turning point. Lives will be changed, alliances shattered, and truths revealed that will make the world she carefully curated crumble. And while fear and shock will grip many, clarity and liberation await those who seek the truth. Every moment from here is critical, every observation matters, and the countdown to revelation has begun. The stage is set for the ultimate confrontation, and nothing will ever be the same again. My dearest one. There comes a point when secrets, no matter how well hidden, begin to surface. That point is here. Every move she has made, every subtle manipulation, every hidden agenda, is now being traced, observed, and exposed. And what was once invisible is becoming painfully clear. The very web she spun so carefully is starting to unravel, thread by thread, revealing the full extent of her cunning plan. Consider this. For years, she has relied on the assumption that no one sees the patterns, no one connects the dots, and no one questions the motives behind her actions. But the truth has a way of surfacing, often in the most unexpected places. Small signs, overlooked interactions, tiny discrepancies, these have accumulated into undeniable evidence. And now, the moment of confrontation draws near, a moment that will change everything. Her plan, no matter how brilliant, is facing exposure like never before. And here is where it becomes even more shocking. The people she manipulated, controlled, and deceived are beginning to realize the truth. The realization is sudden, electrifying, and frightening. Friendships, alliances, and relationships she believed were secure are showing cracks. People are waking up to the reality that they were pawns, unwitting participants in her agenda. And the emotional impact of this awakening will be intense, leaving no one unaffected. But the most critical aspect, my child, is her reaction. Those who operate in shadows, when cornered, become unpredictable. She senses that the walls are closing in, that the exposure is imminent, and her moves are growing bolder, sharper, more desperate. And it is in this heightened state of tension that the ultimate truth will be revealed. Every carefully guarded secret, every hidden intention, every layer of deception will come to light in ways no one expected. Finally, my beloved, prepare yourself for what is coming next. The revelations will be shocking, the truths unsettling, and the consequences profound. But with every revelation, clarity emerges, and the power of deception begins to fade. The stage is set for a final reckoning, a moment where lies will crumble and the reality of her plan will stand exposed in all its terrifying detail. And when that moment arrives, the world as we knew it will never be the same. My beloved child, the moment we have been building toward is closer than ever. Every hidden plan, every secret move, every manipulation she thought was invisible is now on the brink of exposure. She believed her control was absolute, her influence unchallenged. But the cracks are widening, and the shadows she relied on are shrinking. What was once hidden in plain sight is now visible to those who know how to look. Think carefully. Every subtle action, every whispered word, every decision she influenced has left behind traces, patterns, and consequences. Those who once trusted blindly are beginning to see the outlines of her scheme. The evidence, subtle at first, is becoming impossible to ignore. And as the realization spreads, panic and disbelief ripple through everyone connected to her plan. The very foundation she built is trembling, threatening to collapse under the weight of truth. But here is the most shocking revelation. She underestimated one thing: observation, persistence, and courage. Those who have watched patiently, connecting the dots she assumed were invisible, are now ready to reveal what she tried to hide. And the impact will be immediate. The people she manipulated, the ones she controlled without them knowing, will finally see the full scope of her intentions. The world she tried to shape in her favor is about to turn against her. Yet, the emotional intensity is staggering. This is not just a story of exposure, it is a story of betrayal, deceit, and the pain of discovering that what you believed was true was a lie. Every relationship, every trust, every moment she influenced will be re-evaluated in the harsh light of reality. And the emotional shock will leave an unforgettable impression on everyone involved, shaking them to their core. Finally, my cherished one, understand this: the ultimate confrontation is inevitable. The unraveling of her plan is unstoppable. Every hidden agenda, every calculated move, every secret is being drawn into the light. And when the final moment comes, the truth will strike with the force of revelation, changing everything forever. This is the point where deception meets exposure, where lies crumble, and where clarity triumphs. Nothing will ever be the same again. My beloved child, imagine the moment when all the hidden truths converge. When the carefully constructed illusions she relied upon collapse, revealing the full extent of her plan. That moment is almost here. Every subtle action, every manipulation, every hidden intention she executed over the years is about to be seen for what it truly is. And when that happens, disbelief will turn into shock, and shock into undeniable clarity. Consider the people who trusted her the most. Those who believed they were acting freely, making decisions on their own, will finally realize how deeply they were manipulated. Their emotions, their relationships, their lives, all touched by her hidden hand, are now facing an unmasking. The emotional impact will be immense. Pain, confusion, anger, and a sense of betrayal will flood their minds. And yet, amidst the turmoil, understanding begins to emerge, like a light piercing through the darkness. But here is the most terrifying truth of all. She believed she was untouchable. She believed that her network of influence, her carefully hidden strategies, and her manipulation of perception made her invincible. But no one is beyond exposure. Every empire of deceit, no matter how cleverly built, has a flaw. And the cracks she failed to notice are now widening. The very plan she thought was foolproof is on the verge of collapse, and there is no turning back. Now, the tension reaches a new height. The observers, the ones patiently gathering evidence, are ready to act. Every secret she hoped would remain buried is about to be revealed. Every lie, every manipulation, every hidden agenda will be exposed in a way that will leave everyone stunned. The impact will not only reveal her intentions, it will redefine reality for everyone involved. The world she tried to control is about to take control back. Finally, my child, understand this. The climax is inevitable, and the consequences are irreversible. The moment of revelation will be like a shockwave, touching everyone she influenced, and changing the course of lives forever. And yet, within this chaos lies liberation, clarity, and the power to finally break free from her influence. The countdown to ultimate exposure has begun, and nothing can stop what is coming next.